Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you today. And Bradley, looking sharp, my boy. How we doing?
Yes, sir. We get a day off from the Club World Cup, 2 days until the knockout fixtures, 8 teams remaining. One side of the bracket has it difficult, one side doesn't. Really excited for this weekend.
You know what? I'm excited for it too. Big Tony said, AB, we need free Skeens tees. Yes, we do. You know what? I swear to you today, it starts. I will have that shirt up. Free Paul Skeens. That shirt will be up today. I like it. Yeah, we need to get him out of Pittsburgh. Sorry, Pirates fans. We got to get our boy out of here. Look, this is a rescue mission. All right. We're going in behind enemy lines. Get me Don Shipley. All right. Give me all the Navy SEALs and let's go. Oh, man. Hope everybody's having a good day, man. It's a good day already, man. Great Wednesday. Big Brian Blade said, good morning, crew. Good morning, Big Bri. What's good, bro? Good to see you, man. Tizzle said, the best pitchers in baseball, Scooball, Skeens, whoever the hell pitches against Skeens. Yes. Yeah. Skeens is battling for the best pitcher in Major League Baseball, and his bullpen and run support is battling for the worst of all time. He's the only person I've seen that I'm afraid that when they pull him out in the 8th inning with a no-hitter, that he's going to lose the game because someone, obviously scores 0 runs for Skeens whenever he's pitching. So, yeah. He's going to go in the Hall of Fame with a record of like 7 and 254. But like the strikeout king or something, It'll be one of those, dude. Oh, my goodness. All right. Let's get into it for today because we have a lot to get to. All right. So, I don't know why. I just lost my train of thought. Peggy said, AZ, big cool down here at AZ. Just breaking 100. I noticed that, Peggy. All right. So, yeah, we're going to bring that up in weather. It is. Peggy, you better put a jacket on, girl. All right. It is getting cool out there. Do not go outside at night without a jacket on. We don't want you getting sick. It's just breaking 100 today. Brad, it's cool out there, out in Arizona. Big winter, balmy day today. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's look at how we did yesterday because it's not great. Peggy, I know, no more shorts. Yankees, Blue Jays over 8. We got that. A's, Rays. Oh, my God. We just missed it. It ends at 7. We need 1 run to get that 4-4 mix. And then Christian Moore over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Didn't go. 1 and 2. And then like half of our home run games were rained out. So that was a little tough. But what are you going to do? As Peggy says, you can't fight Mother Nature. That's a battle you're not going to win, Bradley. Not going to win.
You're going to lose that 10 out of 10 times.
Yes, you are.
The earth is undefeated.
It is. So is sleep. Yeah, I know. And we've talked about it like with you having a kid. Like you and your wife, and I mean, dude, I am childless from everything that I understand. All right. Nobody has shown up at my door 18 years later, anything like that. Right. But it seems like when you have a child, like that first year of no sleep, bro, I would be an ornery rattlesnake.
I am one cranky man 90% of the time, maybe. I feel sorry for my wife.
I'm with you. I would just not be a pleasant human being to be around. Like if I haven't had sleep, I'm not. Z Money said not childless, according to Spurrier. We got to hear from old Steve. See what old Stevie's got to say.
Alan, everybody on the team's got to be accountable. That's what losers do. So get together.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. It's always good to have a Heisman winner call you a loser in the morning. That really gets it going. Gets that blood flowing, baby. All right, now look, it's going to be a good day because look at that Smokey Bear or the dog for Knoxville, whichever way you want to go. Smokey could be the bear or the dog, however you want to get down. All right. Only you, Brad, can prevent forest fires. Do you know that?
Oh, I do. And my brother, UT graduate, got a coonhound because of that. What a mistake.
Oh, there we go. Tizzle said, AB, we need one from Gruden. Yes, we do. All right. On it. On it. Melanie in the chat. Mel's, good to see you. Get Mel's. Looking sharp as always. All right. Howie Schwab, crew play of the day. 4 options, 2 baseball games. Where are you going? Orioles, Rangers over 8.5. Orioles, Rangers under 8.5. Yankees, Blue Jays over 9. Yankees, Blue Jays under 9. Polls in the chat. Vote now. Update as we always do at the end of the show here, Bradley. That was the worst German accent of all time. All right. All right. Let's go ahead. Okay, first off, if everyone right now, all right, we're going to do like musical chairs. All right, I'm going to hit the music. Actually, I'm not going to do any of that. But if you hit the like button, that would be great. That joke was going nowhere. I had to derail it like a bad train. I don't even know what a bad train is. But you know what? The wheels and the chalk weren't going. All right, so we had to exit out of that joke quickly. All right, polls in the chat. Vote now. Howie Schwab, crew play of the day. Okay, now, also, in your feeds, all right, Wonderlic test. Bam, take that. All right, I want to see how you do. Futures, NFL futures. We've got 2 videos up now. We're starting with teams today. All right, we're just going to go alphabetical down the list. All right, we're going to start in Arizona. In honor of Peggy, Justin, Tizzle, Matty Boy, everybody. All right. We're going to hit the Arizona Cardinals today, and we're going to kind of go through our process and our flow for how we do that. So, Bradley, get ready to break down the Arizona Cardinals today. I know that's your favorite team. It is time to Cardinal up. I know that. Dude, you've been flying that flag in the front yard all off season, ready to go. And then we got Brad, How to Bet Soccer. Got multiple videos up there, all kinds, and we're adding more every single day. So make sure to check that out. Brad has his own playlist there. You can see it with all the information soccer-wise, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So let's start with our picks. Then we'll go Major League Baseball, and then we'll go the NFL. That sound good?
Absolutely.
And who do you have? Who is on that board back there? My eyes are terrible. Finland Veckensliga.
The Weikhausliga.
That's a lot. That's a lot of H's or K's.
Yeah,
that's
some
a lot
I's in weird places, K's in weird places, but Finland, man, absolutely popping. We got a pick today in Finland.
Yeah. Now, big shout out to our man, Robert Bibbo. Gifted 5 DTL memberships. Robert, you are the absolute best. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Anybody that wants to join, support what we're doing here, we would sure appreciate it. You can see the link right down there. It's $5 a month. Brad, it's like 4 cents a day. 4 cents. I'll come bring you 4 cents every day. I'll leave it on your tire right outside the house. All right. I won't even knock on the door and wake you guys up. Nobody needs to see that. No one needs to see me in the morning. All right. That's like a prison sentence. No one wants to see that, but I'll do it. I'll leave 4 cents every day for anybody out there. Actually, I won't do that. Don't sue me over that. But yeah, I'll Venmo you 4 cents. How about that?
Deal.
All right. Let's get into our plays for today. And I'm telling you, we got a lot to work on. Joining the crew, look, Danny King from LaPorte City, Iowa, Mel's favorite place on planet Earth. For the price of merely 2 McChicken sandwiches, I can hang out with my friends and bet irresponsibly twice a day, every day. It's a no-brainer. I'm coming to Driving the Line. Only $5 a month. Scan that QR code right there if you want to support it. We sure would appreciate it. It goes, I'm telling you, it goes a hell of a long way. So any support that you have, we appreciate it. All right, picks, okay? You've got VBS, Vacation Bible School, against Hacka. All right, break it down. What you got?
Yeah, the shout out to the McChicken Show, Driving the Line here every day at your order, driving right through that. Let's go. VPS scored in 50 of 57, 88% regular scores, specifically in the Weikhausliga, 14 of 17 versus Haka, which is important because they're playing them today. But they're also scoring multiple 2+ in 7 of 9 versus Haka, 3+ plus in 3 of their last 3 at home in the league versus Haka. So they're doing it regular, putting up multiple goals, and specifically versus Haka. They're hitting both teams to score above 70% of their trending matches, over 2.5 and 68% of their trending matches. And when they hit that over 2.5, they trend the over 3.5 in 79% of their last 19, which is solid. They're hitting first half goals, second half goals. So we expect goals in both halves. Haka, they've scored now in 78% of their 18 league. But what we like better than everything, in 11 straight matches versus VPS, they have found the net. Being away from home, that's very, very important. The last time they didn't find the net against VPS was in May of 2022. But also, they hit 2+ against VPS in 3 of the last 3 as well. This has shot the over regularly, conceded an 11 of 12 and 92%, which is fantastic. Both teams scoring, hitting both teams to score over 2.5. But with Haka, 77% of those trending matches are hitting the over 2.5. And then 89% of those are trending the over 3.5. But what we like more than everything, it's the matchup history between these two teams when they play one another. Over 2.5 has come in 10 of the last 11 matches. And that one that didn't was a cup match, which is very, very important. So we're going to look at that over 2.75 Asian total today. Both teams look like they should be hitting 3 goals, but they also trend that over 3.5 when they hit the over 2.5. So we're going to Finland, the top flight of the Finnish Veikkausliiga, taking that over 2.75 Asian total at -130.
-130 indeed. Do you want to know? I just want to use this clip. Do you want to know what VBS is going to look like today? Scoring?
Yes.
This ball is hammered. Enjoy it. Watch it go. Acuna has done it again. It just seemed like a bad matchup, right? You're not going to overpower him, and this is a sweeper that sits on the inner third.
You can't throw a sweeper on the inner third to Ronald Acuna.
That is a smooth stroke.
Acuna looking good, man. All right. 2 plays for me tonight. We'll be live again today, 3 p.m. Eastern, normal time. So we'll have more plays, but to get us started here. All right. In honor of Danny King out there in LaPorte City, Iowa, home of the Fighting Mels. All right. We're going Yankees, Blue Jays over 9, -115. Giants and Diamondbacks over 8.5. -115 as well. That's where we're going to start. It is a weird day in baseball, my boy. All right, because we've got like 3 rain-out games. We've got double headers all over the place. Yeah. Oh, God, excuse me. Yeah, I don't know what that was. We had like 3 rain-out games.
Gonna make chicken in the throat.
It is. I know. Dude, eating too many of these McChickens. I need to join DTL instead. We're going to go with, okay, so I don't think Randall Mims is in the chat right now, but he says that I am, what's the word? Quote, insane for saying that my favorite Gatorade flavor is cucumber lime. You ever had it?
Gross. Oof. It's not my flavor.
Oh, dude, it's the best.
Ugh.
Let me take a big
Ugh.
swig for everybody.
I like cucumber water. Shout out Saul Goodman, but I don't like cucumber lime Gatorade.
It's all good, man. This is also good with liquor. So let me just say that. It's refreshing. If you get it cold, mix you some vodka with lime cucumber. Solid. If you're on a boat, even better. Robert said, I think I just threw up my mouth a little.
Same, Rob.
I'll tell you what won't make you vomit in said mouth. And that's home run bets. Where are we going today? Look at Bryce Harper in the old school Phillies throwback. Looking good, boy. All right. Z-Money said, that ain't for me, Hoss. John said, cucumbers are gross. Aaron Judge, +205. Is he going to get one? Kyle Schwarber, +275. Christian Walker, +300. Ronald Acuna, +300. Bryce Harper, +375. All right, where are you going, big dog?
Man, I tell you what.
Hold on. I didn't mean to interrupt you. All right, we've got a new feature here that while you choose, and I want you to say everything you're about to say. You get some lo-fi music with it. All right, let it rip.
All right. The only one that I'm looking at this list, maybe I have some recency bias here on that clip I just saw, but my goodness, what a stroke. Give me Ronald Acuna plus 300.
Look at that. Beat kicked in right at perfect time. Oh, you said you're going Ronald Acuna?
This ball is hammered. Enjoy it. Watch it go.
It's even better with the music.
Back.
Bourbon. Yeah. Back. Dude, I miss what he used to call the Metro Dome, the Homer Dome.
Legend.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I like this. Dude, I like this lo-fi right here. All right. You're going to Acuna? All right. I'm going Aaron Judge. I'm doing it. But Christian Walker's a great bet today. But if you're going to give me Judge, now you see this number moving. Yeah. It's usually like plus 160. We're going to go Judge, 205. Now, we'll cut the music here, even though we've got, dude, we're going to have to, every time you're on doing home runs, we're going to have to try new ones. That one's called daydreaming. This is called feeding the ducks. Solid, dude. Like, we've got a nice little, well, not cornucopia. We got a mix CD. That's what we got, dude. Summer Jams 25. All right. That's what we got. Brad burned us a CD before the show. We're all set. All right. You're going Acuna. I'm going to go Aaron Judge, although, man, Christian Walker is attractive today. I mean, he's attractive every day, right? Christian, we don't want to take anything away from you. You're a sharp-looking young man. Melanie said, AB, turn off your lights and turn on some neon glow sticks and do your picks. That's what we need to do. All right. Let's get into weather because Brad. All right. So you're going to Acuna. I'm going Judge. All right. Weather. Dude, we've got 10 games of weather that we need to break down. So we'll do it quick. But I'm telling you, weather was wild yesterday, and it's going to be kind of weird today. Matty Boy said, damn, AB, remember Summer Jams? Yes. Dude. Summer Jams. Oh, wait. Look, I even wore my summer nice purple and white shirt. I feel very frat-tastic today. Like, I feel like I'm wearing an Ole Miss uniform. This feels very Ole Miss, you know? But what are you going to do? Oxford, Mississippi is a beautiful place. All right. A's and the Rays. 82 degrees. Feels like 89. 48% chance of rain. SEC AB. Matty. You got rain here, so be careful. We've had runs, but you've got rain. Cardinals and the Pirates. Wind really not doing anything. Temperature 79. Feels like 84. No rain. Now, what are you going to get out of these two teams offensively? Couldn't tell you. But you've got an opportunity here. You've got like 77% humidity here. So, solid hitting day. I just don't know what you're going to get from the Cardinals and the Pirates. All right, Padres and the Phillies. This is game one. It's at 1:05 p.m. Eastern. Temperature 77. Feels like 85. Precipitation 15% and decreasing through the evening or through the afternoon, I should say. Wind blowing out to right field, 2.7 miles per hour. Really nothing. But it is going in the right way for you. John said, AB, where are your Crokies? I used to have some of those. I loved them. So you've got decent weather here. All right. And you're going to have it in game two as well. Reds and the Red Sox. That was tough to say. 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Temperature 86. Feels like 89. No rain. Wind blowing 7.5 miles an hour out of Fenway. There you go. Padres and the Phillies. This is game two. All right, 6:15 p.m. Eastern. 83 degrees. Feels like 89. 5% chance of rain. Really nothing. 4.5 miles an hour blowing out to right field. Left-handed pull hitters, Schwarber and Bryce Harper. You've got opportunities today. Let me just say that. All right. Opportunities, my boy. Yankees and the Blue Jays. All right. You're inside a dome. No weather, anything to worry about. I just want to put this game up here. 84 degrees. Feels like 83. Again. No rain or anything we have to worry about. Brewers and the Mets. Temperature 82. Feels like 86. No rain. 7.5 miles an hour blowing out. Another solid day. And for a team, the Brewers, who have dudes who are absolutely mashing, and we'll talk about that here in just a second as well. But you've got great weather in New York. Reds and the Red Sox, game 2. Temperature 84 degrees, feels like 87. No rain, 7.5 miles an hour blowing out. So great for game 1, great for game 2. Angels and the Braves, temperature 87, feels like 89. No rain in Atlanta, 8 miles an hour blowing out. So you got your opportunities there. Astros and the Rockies. This total, Brad, is like 11. Temperature 93, feels like 85. No rain, 10.5 miles an hour blowing out to left field. So right-handed pull hitters, elevation, temperature, all in your favor today. All right. Hitter versus pitcher historicals. Aaron Judge, 5 home runs off Jose Barrios. Max Kepler, 3 home runs. Austin Slater, 3 home runs off Clayton Kershaw. Brian Reynolds off Sonny Gray, 3 home runs. Yastrzemski, 3 home runs off Merrill Kelly. Trent Grisham, 2 home runs. Schwarber, 2 home runs. Trey Turner, 2 home runs. Bryce Harper, 2 home runs. Matt Olson, 2 home runs. You're seeing a lot of Phillies right there. Nolan Gorman, he's got 2. Salvador Perez, Christian Walker, he has 2. Juan Soto, he has 1. Devers has 1. My God, Rafael Devers. I don't know if anybody's paying attention right now. I'll interrupt for just 1 second. This guy, in his last 16 or something at bats, has struck out like 13 times. Literally. Like, I bet him last night for 2+ strikeouts, and it hit in 3 at bats. Yeah. Big Tony said Grisham is hurt, probably not playing. Correct. Matty Ice, Rafael Devers couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. No, he can't. Like, I'm just betting strikeouts, man. Like, it's Brewer. I had the Brewers on mind. It's brutal. All right. All right, hitting. 14 hits. DJ LeMahieu, 9 hits. I mean, you're seeing Aaron Judge all over the board here. Mike Yastrzemski, 9 hits. Cedric Mullins, 8 hits. Lars Nootbaar, 8 hits. Gunnar Henderson, 7 hits off Nathan Eovaldi. Christian Walker, again, 7 hits, 17 at bats of Austin Gomber. Alex Verdugo, Max Kepler, JT Realmuto. Seen a lot of Phillies here. Bobby Witt, got 5 hits off 11 at bats. Not bad, man. Not bad. Okay. Hitting streaks. Brandon Lowe, 17 straight games with a hit. Bryce Terang, 13 straight. Yelich, 12 straight. There you go. Joe Adell, 12 straight. Brian Hayes, 10 straight. Matt Olson, 8 straight games with a hit. Marcus Semien, 7 straight games with a hit. Cody Bellinger, 7 straight games with a hit. Evan Carter, 7 straight games with a hit. Gleyber Torres, 7 straight. Corey Seager, Matt Chapman. Look at McCutchen down there at 6 straight games with a hit. Big Jake Magnum, 6 straight games with a hit as well. And look, all right, those are our baseball information for the day. But Peggy, it is only 101 in Arizona right now. Girl, if you do not have a jacket and gloves on, me and Brad are both going to be very disappointed. We do not need you getting sick out there. All right. So Peggy, be careful. Okay. All right. Brad, let's hit our picks one more time for anybody who may have came in just a touch after we did it. Let it rip, buddy.
Yes, sir. We're headed to the Finnish Veikkausliiga starting in 27 minutes in a match between VPS taking on Haka. We're looking for 3 goals. So we're taking the over 2.75 Asian total at -130.
All right, let's go. VPS, baby. I'm going Yankees, Blue Jays over 9 and going Giants, Diamondbacks over 8.5 at -115. Okay. You ready to talk a little NFL? Let me hit this. We haven't played this in a long while, and I've been wanting to do it. God, that just felt right. All right, let's get to know the Arizona Cardinals. So here is the flow that we're going to let it rip. And if everybody could hit the like button right now, it would be massive. If you're watching on your phone, just grab the screen, pull it down, hit like, pop it right back up. All right, I wore my Ole Miss uniform just for you today. And that doesn't mean anything to anybody. All right, let's get to know Brad. Brad's favorite team, the Arizona Cardinals here. You guys copied another YouTuber music. Who did we take from? I don't think we took from anybody, did we? I guess we'll find out when we monetize.
I'm sure YouTube will let us know.
Oh, they'll let you know. Immediately. All right. So this is the flow that we're going to do. And if you are if you have never heard of the NFL, never heard of it, you will be able to watch every one of these previews that we do for all 32 teams, and you will absolutely understand this team, what they're about, and how to bet them. That seems like that's fair. Right? Yeah? All right. There we go. That joke was going nowhere as well. All right. Let's get to know the Arizona Cardinals. All right. Jonathan Gannon. All right. Your head coach came from the Philadelphia Eagles, a defensive-minded man. And I think SF 49er, yeah, he's probably right. They had it before us. Jonathan Gannon, all right, is your head coach. You can see the staff here. You got Big Jeff Rogers, assistant head coach. You're in good hands here, all right. Got a young staff, and it's going to be an interesting season for the Cardinals. Now, so here's your coaching staff. Here's what they did in the draft. First-round pick, Walter Nolan from Ole Miss. I told you I wore this for a reason. Walter Nolan is a ridiculous player. He's from Knoxville, actually. Was slated to go to Tennessee, but he went to Ole Miss. Can't blame him. I like Lane Kiffin. All right, anyways, Walter Nolan, Will Johnson. You can see it right there. That's their draft. Big Keaton Crawford out of Nevada, baby. All right. Depth chart. So here are your Arizona Cardinals offensively, okay? We won't do defense because for this, really doesn't matter. Kyler Murray, James Conner, Marvin Harrison Jr. They picked up Zay Jones, Greg Dortch, Trey McBride. You can see it there. Wide receivers, tight ends. If you look right above Kyler Murray, you'll see this. I'm going to add this in for every team, and we'll start talking more and more about it. Arizona's offense, they run a 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end set. So if you ever hear the phrase 11 personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end, is essentially that's what that offense. That's how it. You'll hear coaches and analysts talk about 11 personnel, 12 personnel, right? So 11 personnel is this offense right here. 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers. Okay. So, yeah, there we go. All right. So that's the depth chart there. You can see what they look like. Now, who did the Cardinals sign this offseason? They were actually very, very active. Got 2 pages of this, right? Blunt, Brewer, they signed Jacoby Brissett, Baron Browning, Kelvin Beachum, Calais Campbell on the defensive line, Jake Kerm, Greg Dortch. You can see it right there. Josh Sweat added him, linebacker. Zay Jones, wide receiver. Dalvin Tomlinson, defensive line. And Michael Walker there at inside linebacker. Now, who did they lose? All right. Well, I got the wrong slide on there. Okay. We don't know who they lost. All right. I put the wrong one there. But anyways, so those are your Arizona Cardinals. Now, the bets that we're going with. I'm taking the Cardinals over 8.5 wins. I'm doing it. I think this team will be better than some might think. Now, I also have them missing the playoffs, and the Cardinals to miss the playoffs is minus 160, okay? So you've got to pair it with something. So I parlayed it, and I got all these on DraftKings, but you can find them pretty much any book. I parlayed the Cardinals and the Patriots both to miss the playoffs, and got it at plus 155. Now, the Cardinals to win over 8.5 games. All right, minus 115. I think that this line is absolutely market efficient. I think that the Cardinals either win 8 games or 9 games, right? Like, I think that they're right there. I'll take the shot over 8.5. But again, if you're playing futures, like, a wins bet is probably not something that you want to play a bunch of them, because your payoff is what? If you hit it, 85 cents on the dollar, right? And they're holding your money for 5 months. So, choose the futures that you'd like to play, because we're going to go through all 32 teams. I'm playing every play that you see on the screen. I am playing because I play all of them. But, yeah, I mean, don't burn all your money and it's going to sit for 5 months, because you're not going to, get paid out on this for a while. All right, so Cardinals over 8.5 wins. Cardinals and Patriots missed the playoffs plus 155. Yeah, and Marvin Harrison Jr. over 6.5 touchdown receptions at minus 125. And yeah, again, Z-Money said, great advice, AB, about trying to 100%. Like, be choosy at the futures you play. And everybody's going to be different. Some people love futures. Some people, put a lot out there. Some don't. But yeah, so you just, understand that money's going to sit for 5 months. So don't burn through everything that you have. And then you're sitting there like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have played all these futures, right? So those 49ers said, I don't see 9 wins in that division. Yeah, that we're going to talk about that in 1 second, because that is really what it's going to come down to, right? But again, all right, so we'll pause there. We're gonna break that down, but we'll pause there. These are our 3 picks. All right. Now, Brad, I'm gonna pull up on the screen all kinds of Cardinals bets that we can make. We're gonna walk through them. All right, but I just wanted to introduce the teams. All right, introduce the bets, and then we're gonna go through it and we'll talk about it. Because, yeah, I mean, look, 49er brings up a great point. All right, and I'll pull these down. That, I mean, the Cardinals play in one of the most difficult divisions in football, in the NFC West. All right, you've got the 49ers that you have to deal with in division. You got the Seahawks you got to deal with in the division. You got the Rams that you have to deal with in the division, and that's just in the NFC West, right? You still have, your out of conference games, et cetera, right? But I do think the Cardinals are a decent team, and I think that they're going to shore up some of their issues. Really, those being closing out games. And closing out games in the season. All right. Arizona has a notorious history for falling apart in the second half of seasons. All right. That's a big thing that they've got to figure out. Now, 49er said 49ers will be dogs this year out for blood. You know what? 49er, I'll tell you this. Yesterday on the show, we made our picks for Super Bowl. And I took the 49ers to win the Super Bowl. I did. I think the 49ers are going to be cold. Now, Tizzle brings up a good point, too. 49ers have been injured reserve by week 10. Like, that's their only problem. And I say only. It's a huge problem. But they just run out of bodies, man. They're such a physical team. You know what I mean? San Francisco is. So we'll see. But 49er, I'm with you. I think 49ers be absolute damn dogs. And don't get me wrong. I like Deebo Samuel. I think he's going to do great in Washington. I think it was a good time to split. I think it was just a good time to split. You've got pieces there, all right? You've still got George Kittle. You still got Juwan Jennings, right? And that's just like that specific position, right? But I think it was good to just a new, fresh opportunity for both the 49ers and Deebo Samuel. I thought that was a good move on all sides, right?
AB, I did just Google to make sure so everybody's aware. Black Ops 2 comes out in either October or November, which means those who are unfamiliar, as soon as that comes out, that's when Kyler craps out. Every time Call of Duty comes out, it's right around the release time. You see his win-loss, his production. I mean, it's actually an insane statistic to watch that. So just, we'll see where those win-losses are around. It could be week 13 at the latest, but it looks like it could be before that.
Yeah, he loves when them Call of Duties come out. He loves
He sure does.
All right. Let's get into the Cardinals here. So we got our picks up. Okay. So first off, all right, let's talk wins. Okay. So here are the wins over unders for the Cardinals this year. So you can see the break-even point is 8.5 games. Brad, where are you going? You going over 8.5 or under 8.5?
I'm going to have them start out hot, right? Maybe win 4 of their first 6 or like 5 of their first 8 or something like that. But then I think it trails a lot of times. I think his athleticism gets him through the beginning part of the year. And then some of the teams figure out a little bit of what they're doing and limit him just a bit. I go under 8.5 with a lot of confidence.
Yeah. I mean, I look, I know I just chose over 8.5, but I can't argue it. Anybody that goes under 8.5, I get it. I absolutely get it. And again, you don't even have to say it as like a negative at Arizona. I mean, number one, the NFC West is loaded. Number two, the NFC is loaded. It's just, there's just a lot of good teams. Like if you go through, Super Bowl odds, right? Like the NFC it's going to be a fight, dude. Like it's going to be an absolute just rock fight, man. All right, so those are the win totals. Again, you can see the split even point is 8.5 games. So there you go. All right, now, Brad, here are some team special bets. All right, nothing here that I thought was huge, but I thought that we'd just kind of look at it. All right, Marvin Harrison's 10-plus receiving touchdowns and 1,000-plus receiving yards in the regular season. I mean, we bet touchdowns over 6.5. This one has it at 10. All right. Add in the plus 1,000 receiving yards. It's plus 600. James Conner, 12-plus rushing touchdowns and 1,200-plus rushing yards. I don't know about that. Kyler Murray, 10-plus rushing TDs in the regular season, plus 1,200. That's not a bad look. But Kyler doesn't run in a ton of them. He throws it way more in the red zone. But I actually think that might change this year a little bit. They need to be safe with it. Cardinals to score 1+ passing touchdown in every game, plus 1,300. Cardinals to score a rushing touchdown in every game. These are regular season, plus 3,000 for that one. Kyler Murray to break the NFL regular season quarterback rushing record, over 1,207 plus rushing yards, plus 6,000. And Cardinals to go undefeated, 17-0, plus 45,000. Anything you see that you like here, Brad?
Oh, honestly, not much of anything on here.
I agree.
Nothing. I mean, if anything, maybe James Conner, but he's going to get hurt at least for a portion of the season. Yeah. So nothing, literally nothing.
Yeah. I'm with the chat here that like, I think if I were to play one, that rushing TD in every game plus 3,000 is not bad because they're going to run the football. But again, the tough part is that
they might not score a touchdown in one game.
Well, that's exactly like you're going to have that one game against the Seahawks where it's 9-3, right? Like that's my only concern. But yeah, other than that, I mean, that one's not bad. But I'm with you. I didn't see anything on here that I really liked. You know what I mean? All right. So division standings, the NFC West. So again, all of these are from DraftKings, so you can find them there. All right. You could bet on the division standings of exactly where we're looking at the top bet right here, where the Cardinals finish in the NFC West. So first place plus 475, second place plus 300, third place plus 225, last plus 175. I don't see first. Where are you going? 3?
Yeah, I'm not going 4 because that's the best number. And typically I think books will hang out the best number on something they want you to play versus what's actually going to win. So I think that 3 is going to come in.
Yeah, I could see that. I think 3 or 4. Like I'm not going first. I'm not going second. I'm with you. It'd either be third or fourth. Third is pretty good, plus 225. Like, I could see it being the 49ers, Rams, Cardinals, and Seahawks. I could also see flipping the Seahawks and the Cardinals around, right? Like, I think the 49ers and Rams are your two tops.
Is
Seattle's not going to be a bad team.
Geno Smith still under center for the Seahawks?
No, it is
Excuse me if I don't know.
No. I'm glad that you just said that because it's it's Sam Darnold. They signed Sam Darnold. Sorry. Yeah, that was throwing me off. Yeah, they signed Sam Darnold. Which is it's a Seattle play. That's a Seattle move. All right. So here's a new bet that they have this year. All right, look at the bottom. So it's called the first 5 weeks. And we'll do this for every team. So what is the Cardinals' record after the first 5 weeks? All right, they play at the Saints, home against the Panthers, at the 49ers, home against the Seahawks, home against the Titans.
See, that's what I was saying with the Cards, that they could come out hot. They could win the first few games kind of like they've done in the past and then just trickle away. They could be 3-2, maybe even 4-1. I mean, you got the Titans. There's a chance there.
And going on the road too. Like the Titans going on the road. That's a long trip.
The Saints, we don't really know what to expect from the Saints.
Oh, I know what to expect. You can go ahead and count that as a win for the Cardinals here.
You got the Hawks. I mean, that's 49ers. Let's say we'll just give them one loss. Theoretically, I could see 4-1, but realistically, probably 3-2.
Yeah, that 3 wins plus 185 is solid. And look, Justin agrees with you. And, I mean, he's out there, right? He knows it. And this is a fact. The Cards have a tendency to come out hot and then lose their gas. I swear to God, like we were just talking about that. They do it every year. I swear to it's every year, man. Like, once you get to that quote-unquote all-star break, even though there's not an all-star break, right? But you just get to the midseason, you start fading the Cardinals, right? Because they start dropping them. But they're hot as hell in the beginning. I think they beat the Saints. I think they beat the Panthers, especially with that being at home. I do not think that they beat the 49ers. I do not think that they beat the Seahawks. I think Seahawks can be better than people think. Mm-hmm. And I think they do beat the Titans. So those 3 wins, I think that's a pretty solid bet. And this is a future that pays out in 5 weeks. So if you're looking at, futures that you don't have to wait all season long, this is a good one. Right? And we'll do this for every team. So that's called the first 5. All right. Kyler Murray, passing TDs. You going over or under 20.5 this year?
I'm going over. I'll go over on Kyler. I think he's going to do a little bit of that play action. He'll run a lot and almost fake like he's going to run it in and just dink it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I took over 8.5 wins. I think that I'm not down on the Cardinals. They're not perfect. Nobody is. They've got issues in the second half of the season. But Justin's right. They come out hot. They play well. Kyler this offseason has been doing mad work. But again, I think they have a ceiling. They can only go so far. Right? I think this division, I know this division is not going to be easy at all because you got some dogs that are in there. But I do think the Cardinals will play better. So I'm with you. I like the over 20.5. All right. Rushing yards. This one's tough. We don't even have to make a pick on it because, again, who's betting this? Excuse me. Kyler Murray, over or under 475.5 rushing yards this year. All right, Marvin Harrison Jr., over under 6.5 receiving touchdowns. Favorite is to the over. You going over?
Yeah, he's a stud. I think if he just gets open at all, he's going to be looked at a lot. I know Trey McBride is a thief in that area, but I think Marvin has a good shot this year. He can get open deep.
As the infamous John Gotti Jr. once said, he's a thief. He's an absolute. I can't do the New York accent. He's a thief. He's a trash pail. Yeah. He was calling Sammy Gravato a trash pail. All right, over 6.5, under 6.5 touchdowns for Marvin Harrison Jr. Hey, look at Brad. And that means that we have hit the end of our slides. All right, so those are the Arizona Cardinals. Let me get the picks back up here one more time. Cardinals over 8.5 wins, minus 115. Cardinals, Patriots, both missed the playoffs, plus 155, parlayed together. And then Marvin Harrison Jr. over 6.5 touchdowns receptions at minus 125. Okay. So those are our Cardinals futures, and we're going to hit an NFL team every single day. We're just going to go in alphabetical order. So I believe tomorrow should be the Falcons. My alphabet is solid. Hey, have you ever seen anybody do the alphabet backwards?
On occasion, I've seen a video of them drunk, which is kind of funny online.
You want to see it? You want to see it live?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, look, I'll cover my eyes so that I'm not reading. ZYXWVUT SRQPONMLK JIHG FED
All right.
Look at that.
All right.
I swear to you, I got pulled over one time in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, and they're kind of strict already, right? Yeah. And it was 11 a.m. on a Tuesday, and I get pulled over to Dairy Queen, all right? And the guy was like, the officer thought that I was inebriated. And I was like, it's 11 a.m. on a Tuesday, right? I have not been drinking. I just got done with the show. And he was like, get out of the car. So we do field sobriety tests at 11 in the morning in a Dairy Queen parking lot with families and kids looking at me like, oh, don't look at this scofflaw. Don't pay attention to him. This guy, he's a drunkard, whatever. And I was like, dude, this looks horrible. But I was just nailing these tests. He did like the pin thing, right? I told the cop that I'm the Paul Skeens of DUI tests, and he did not like that joke at all. I did the alphabet thing. I stood on one toe, close your eyes. No, hey, I was letting him hear it too. I was like, I would do the test and I'd go, nailed it. He was like, hey, dude, he was not liking my attitude, but I was not liking doing this in front of families. And then we get done. He goes, fine, you can get out of here. I said, hey, thanks for letting me get out of here. Right. And then I went right to that Dairy Queen. I said, hey, I don't know how this works, but I would like to purchase the last hour and a half of your surveillance tape. And they did not do it. I'm going to get that tape. I want it. I did tell him, I said, I'm the Paul Skeens of DUI test. He just looked at me. And mind you, like, I don't ever drink and drive. Like, I say it joking because I don't ever do that. You know what I mean? So it was like, okay, I got time today, buddy. Let's go. We'll do post-production in a minute. Let's do this. Dude, I was putting war paint on, dude. I was like, let's go. Oh my God. That guy thought I was like, the funniest part was he was dead set that I was like, he was talking to me like I was hammered. Like I had just pulled out of the bar after like ripping 8 shots. Like he was treating me like I was like, I was like, what is this? Like, it's 11 in the morning. He was on it. That dude was wanting to take me to county immediately. And I was like, pal, I just got off the show in my car. All right, let's hit our picks. One more time, then let's talk some soccer real quick. God, I want that tape. You should have seen the assistant manager at Dairy Queen when I asked that. She was like going to type it in like the machine, like I was getting a blizzard. She was like, there's no surveillance tape button. I don't know what to do. Oh, my God. All right, Brad, hit it, man. You have VBS today. What do you got?
Yes, sir. Coming up in 2 minutes, match in the Finnish Veikkausliiga. We're taking on VPS and Haka, looking for the over 2.75 at minus 130.
There we go. Yankees, Blue Jays over 9. Giants, Diamondbacks over 8.5. And we'll be live today at 3 p.m. Eastern. So we'll have more for sure. John said, no, officer, I just took an Adderall. Dude, you ever take Adderall before?
Yes.
That product works.
It's fantastic. Yep.
when I was right
That's
out of
why-
college. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. What are you
That's why
going to say?
it's knockoff meth.
It is, bro.
I mean,
Uh,
it's an amphetamine. Yeah.
when I first got out of college, I went to work at Dell. You know the Dell office in Nashville by the airport?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, me and it was all like kids fresh out of college. And you just smile and dial. You know what I mean? Like you're just making phone calls. Dude, somebody had a nice hookup on them. And dude, this sales floor was Adderalled out. Dude, just smiling and dialing. Dude, I swear I'd make 140 calls. I would just call people. Like, can you imagine me? Like, I would just call people, like businesses. You know what I mean? Like trying to get them enterprise solutions. I was like, hey, yeah, them servers going over there, Ralph. He was like, well, they're burning up. I was like, well, come on, man. Let me sell you a couple servers. Look, I'll throw one in free. All right, just for you. Yeah. I ended up getting laid off of that job. So everybody did. They cleared our whole floor. Let me say, it wasn't because of effort. Phone calls were going out on that floor. Not a lot of sales, but phone calls were going out. There were a lot of people talking to him. Oh, dude, that job was Dell's a wild place. That is a weird place, man. They got a lot of things going on over there. Liddy said, AB, that master shared his money. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it, man. Kirk said, was that when you were a mascot? No, but that would be funny. That would be really funny. I'll tell you also, okay, so real quick, and then I want to hit that soccer board. If anyone ever in your life, and I'm going to give you a piece of advice here. If you are ever, for whatever reason, in a mascot situation, okay, you find yourself at a National SC game and they pulled you from the crowd and said, look, we know you're a former pro player, but we need somebody in the suit. And you're the only one that looks like you've got an athletic build to do it. Here is the deal. All right. Always have a handler with you. Always. Do not ever go into the crowd or into the parking lot or anywhere where there are people and you do not have a non-mascotted handler. Don't ever make that mistake, because I have, and you will never, ever get out of the crowd. They will surround you. Kids will start kicking you in the twigs and berries immediately. All right. People will start putting babies in your hand to take a picture. Like, it's just madness. You have to have somebody that's a security that says, T-Rack needs to go. We need to go. We need to go. Sorry. Got to keep it moving. If you don't have that, you are dead. And they will just find your body in the woods because you will never make it back. And don't ever hold babies. Parents are going to want you to take pictures. I swear to God, don't ever hold babies. Never do it. Your handler will take care of that, because when they start handing that, because you're going to drop the kid because you're holding them in big fur gloves. Don't do it. That's where your handler comes in, because they cut that out, because you can't talk as a mascot, right? So you have to communicate, right? Yeah. Oh, mascot. Oh, dude. I've still got kid Healy marks all over me, right? Kids with those roller skate tennis shoes just kicking you in the shins, man. But yeah. Do not, if you ever find yourself, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Do not go out there without a handler. You will never make it back. We had two teams. You're never going to make it back, dude. Oh, man. Don't nobody care about Diddy got money, so someone go take him out. Did they give the ruling on his case?
I believe it's close.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I know that they're close to the ruling. I don't know if it's official yet.
I'm fascinated to see what. Matty Boy, are the handles usually bound? No. Like, I you know what's funny? I actually had a girl that did it, and she was great. Like, no, you don't have to be big. You just have to be forceful. And you have to be, like, committed to what you're doing. Like, if you're in the tunnel, right, going down to the field, Schefter tweeted the verdict. He got off on 3 of the 5 charges. I was going to say he had some powerful attorneys, dude. Yeah. Yeah, no, I had a girl. She was actually the best. She little 24-year-old, skinny, like not huge, forceful, like any of that. But like she just kept it on plan. You know what I mean? And like knew when we could stop, take pictures, and then knew when we had to go. And she would just, be forceful. That's what you got to have. So no, you don't have to be huge. Now, it definitely does help. But she was the best one. And I bet she weighed 102 pounds. You know what I mean? Okay. All right, Brad. We've got, let me read this again. Finland, Veikkausliiga.
The Veikkausliiga.
Yeah, look, I'm just going to let you, dude, hey, you just cook. You just go ahead.
Absolutely. Yeah, see, what I want to do is sometimes I want to be able to highlight something in a different manner. So a lot of times we talk about both teams to score, over 2.5 goals, over 3.5 in a total goal market. But sometimes you want to break down how those goals are scored to be able to maybe look for a different angle than just your standard angle in the goal scored market. So we look at Finland right now. Both teams have scored trending at 15 and 10, which is just okay, about 60%. But that over 2.5 is now hitting in 16 of the last 18 matches, which in Finland is 3 straight match weeks, which means out of 18 matches, only 2 have not found that total goal market. Another reason why we're on what we are today. And then when that over 2.5 hits, you've seen that over 3.5 trend as well. But how do these goals score specifically? Well, there's one angle that you might be able to take advantage of. Well, in 19 of the last 24 matches in the Finland Veikkausliiga, there has been a goal at minute 70 plus and after. And that's specifically 6 of 25 in 70 plus, 10 of 25 in 80 to minute 90, and 12 of 25, almost 50% of the last trending matches in Finland have had a goal after minute 90 plus, which is kind of wild. And all that together correlates to a 19 and 25, which is 76%. So above 3 out of every 4 matches in Finland are seeing a goal at minute 70 plus or after, which is a playable number, might be an angle that you want to look at if you're betting Finland outside of what we have today.
Beautiful work, my friend. Beautiful work. As always. I didn't mean to put the picks back up there. Todd says, time's flying. Camp's open this month. I'm itching already. I am too, man. It feels so good talking NFL. We're gonna mix in college football as well. Big Roger said 4 counts in, still waiting on count 1, racketeering. Did they hit him with RICO charges? They
Shout out VPS 1-0. Sorry.
Already?
1-0, 5 minutes, yeah.
Dude, Vacation Bible School is undefeated.
Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah. Oh man. So I didn't know that they were going RICO.
Yeah. They have a lot on it. I mean, his charges are serious. When you see that there's a tunnel that led from his house underground straight to the shipping yard, bro, that is one of the wildest things I've seen.
So let me tell you this. All right, a couple things. Number one, RICO charges are very serious. And the way that those work is that they present predicates, right? So if I'm the prosecutor and I'm putting RICO charges on you, Brad, right? Like I'm hitting you with multiple quote unquote, like, charges, but they're all under that same RICO. But I've got to get like 2 or 3 of the predicates. Like, if murder's in there, drug I've got to hit on like 3 of them. But dude, if you get found guilty on RICO charges, yeah. And let me say, this is where coming in, having friends helps. Because if you just became uber successful, like crazy, once you start building at your house, tunnels, supply area, like that's when you need a friend to say, hey, B, hey, you're doing too much. We don't need, like, once you start building tunnels, that means that you're looking to move things through tunnels, and that's never good.
If you got a Costco-sized supply of lube that you have to mix with Rufalin, come on, man. Something is going on wrong in your life. Somebody step in and help this man. And you know what? I bet you so much money, tons and tons of people tried to step in over the years, but absolutely was not having it.
No, clearly not. Clearly not. Yeah, he's got some problems.
One or two.
Yes, he does. All right, let's hit our Howie Schwab crew play of the day. There's a good transition for you. Let's see what we got here. All right, so your options, 2 games, 4 options. Orioles, Rangers over 8.5, under 8.5. Yankees, Blue Jays over 9, under 9. And you have chosen, sorry, I got to pull this up on my phone. Blame the producer here. I don't know where the poll went. Okay, so the poll's not showing up. So, all right, that's fantastic. So I don't know which way you went. It just doesn't show up. So if anybody's got it in the chat, you tell me. It just doesn't show up. That's always good. That's always good, Bradley. Okay. Justin said, yeah, B, somebody tell, hey, exactly. Like, dog. We need to relax. Let's ease on the tunnels. All right. In the hidden supply closets. And how about we just go put it in a bet on this Pacers game? How about we just do that?
I mean, that guy wasn't even hiding it. Like, it was
No.
out in the open. How dumb can you be? I mean, I'm sorry. I hate to say that on something like this, but
No,
if you're going to be,
it's fair.
Unbelievable. I mean, just ridiculous, honestly. Obviously disgusting, but dumb as well. Just, what does he think?
Yeah, dude, when you don't hear the word no in your life, you turn into a weird dude. Orioles, Rangers over 35%. Sports Info King, my boy. Good to see you. First off. Second off, yeah, I appreciate that one. All right, so Orioles, Rangers over 35% is your Yankees over 43% is your winner. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Tizzle said all his friends, they loved it, though. Yeah, that's the problem. You know, that, and, you know, he also had Biggie killed. So, I mean, other than that.
Not just him.
Yeah, the dude's got issues.
Yeah, I mean, him and Pac.
Yeah.
Him
I'll
and
tell you
Pac
the
boys.
The funniest video is Tupac in that hotel. All right. He's wearing a silk shirt that's unbuttoned like a preposterous amount, right? It's got like one button done at the bottom. And he's, you know, that Pac walk, and he's just going through the hotel looking to find him like, dog. No one, I don't care how big you were in that death row crew. Nobody was stopping Pac that night, dude. He was just going. It's the funniest thing. He's in a silk shirt. Oh, it cracked. That video crack. Every time I see it, man, he is just on one. Oh, it's hilarious, man. Yeah, Diddy, not a good dude. Not a good dude. That
turns out a bad guy.
Yep, that's your take from Driving the Line today. You wanted pop culture and fresh news, opinions. That's where you get it. All right, let's hit our picks one more time. We'll get out of here. We've got an hour. I didn't mean to keep you this long. All right, one more time. Well, it's already started, but let it rip anyway.
Yes, sir. We're 1-0 in the 11th minute right now. VPS is up. We're looking for over 2.753 total goals for the full, or for the half cash, 4 goals for the full cash, minus 130.
Yankees, Blue Jays over 9. Giants, Diamondbacks over 8.5. Both of those at minus 115. Roger said, no one told Elvis, Prince, Michael Jackson. Yeah, like you've got to be able. Once you start not hearing no anymore in life, that's when the problems are going to start. Like,
yeah, I mean, Elvis's story is incredibly sad.
His is like, it's crazy. He had the Memphis Mafia. I could actually talk about Elvis for a lot. Like, all he hung out with were those dudes. And the amount of drugs that they did were insane. And it was cracking up because it was like the head guy, Diamond Joe Esposito, that's his name. He was like, you have no idea how many drugs that we took. And then you have no idea how many drugs we took to go to sleep. He told us, I'll tell you this. They were doing a residency or something in Las Vegas. And at the same hotel was this stage show of like, they were French girl, some kind of like stage play presentation type thing. Like not dirty by any, like not saying that. Like it was some type of a play or something, right? So anyways, so Elvis and his boys are in the hotel room. They've got like a whole floor, you know what I mean? And they get a call at like, 8:00 one night. And did we get a call? 1-1?
1-1, 13th.
There
Sorry.
we go.
Keep going.
And the guy that ran that French show called the room, and the handler guy for Elvis answers, and the guy goes, "Oh, hello, sir. Are you with the Mr. Presley group?" Yeah, I am. Yeah. Oh, well, if you could let him, and he was, speaking French. I can't do French. He goes, if you could let Mr. Elvis know, we would like to start our show now, and if he could send the girls down, that'd be great. And the guy started laughing. He goes, I look around, he goes, it's 8:00. He goes, everybody's been drinking for hours, right? He's like, nobody in this room. And he looks around, he goes, how many girls? He asked the French guy, he goes, how many girls from the show are up here? And the guy goes, all of them. Elvis got around.
Yo, Elvis was a stud. I don't know if there's ever truly been a musician that was as much of a stud like Elvis was. God,
yeah,
and a voice to match it, man.
Oh, dude. Elvis had it all. I mean, he bought Graceland when he was like 20.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute dude. He was the man. He was the absolute man. You know what's crazy? His manager, the Colonel, he was a man without a country. Elvis never toured overseas. Ever. And you know why? Think about that. Elvis never toured overseas because the manager,
fly, right?
Oh,
okay.
No, because the manager, no one knew his name. No one knew where he was from. And he legitimately was afraid that if they went overseas, he wouldn't be able to come back. And he also spent a lot of Elvis's money gambling. But yeah, I mean, Elvis was the man. Like the man. The dude told another story. He goes, I'll tell this one real quick and then we'll get out of here. I'm telling you, it's the Memphis Mafia. I don't know the name of the documentary, but it's those 5 guys talking about because they were his friends and they just stopped their lives to essentially work for him, right? Because Elvis didn't trust anybody. Mm-hmm. All right. So they didn't really get paid per se, but they had everything that they want. I mean, Elvis would buy him cars and motorcycles. Like they had everything taken care of, right? Anyways, the dude was the guy, the head guy. He goes, "You have no idea." He goes, "The 5 of us are regular people." He goes, "And we go from, poor area in Memphis at 21 to we're with the most famous person on earth." You know what I mean? And he was talking, and he goes, dude, he goes, it was insane. He goes, we would be at Graceland hanging out, we got to leave the next day to start a new, travel deal or shoot a movie or whatever. And he goes, we would just be sitting there and the Beatles would show up and hang out. He was like, I would just look at the other, like one of them was his brother or something. He was like, I just looked at him like, what the hell is this? Like, and he said, the day Elvis died, he goes, life went right back to normal. He was like, we had this like, whatever, 10-year run or whatever, he goes, it was like, there's no, he goes, I'll tell you the power of Elvis. He goes, we get in the car one day and we're going to the White House. And I told him, I said, Elvis, you have to have appointments You can't just go to the White House and see the president. And Elvis goes, we'll see about that.
I'm Elvis. Yeah.
10 minutes later, they were in the Oval Office. And Elvis brought a gun.
Legend.
Dude, I mean, like, insane. The stories they have. I wish I knew the name of the documentary. It's out of control. Like, it's Z-Money, that might be it. It's just got those guys talking and they're telling stories. And these stories are insane. Like, it's the most famous person on earth. Mm-hmm. Did you know that Elvis paid for the Pearl Harbor, the memorial? Mm-hmm. Yep. The USS Arizona. Wow. He paid for that. Huge. He was in the Army. He was in the military, served. Yeah. And Elvis was very, like, American patriotic, like, very much so. And they also used to keep a blue light in the cars. They'd pull people over in Memphis, and just Elvis would walk in the car and say, "You speeding, ma'am?" Could you imagine that? You're like, what the hell is going on? He said they got bored and they're like, let's just go screw with people. I don't know what to do. Oh my God, man. I'm telling you that those dudes' stories are crazy. Like, I told you very PG stories. Like, they are out of control. He was like, imagine tomorrow that you grew up and were best friends with Jesus. There's nothing that you can't do. He was like, you could wake up and you could do whatever you want. He was like, no one says no.
Yeah, he was the OG of the all rise.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. All right. That was a fun show. All right. We've got an hour and 12 minutes. I did not mean to do that. Appreciate all of you. We'll be live at 3 p.m. Eastern today. We'll jump out of here. But everybody, Brad, well done, buddy. As always, well done. All right, everybody. Best of luck. Let's catch these tickets. We'll see you here in a couple hours. Appreciate you. Peace. Who's got it better than us? No!